Right where the gleaming automatic doors of the Century Mall sighed open to release a gust of cool, perfumed air, Anna's small world began. It consisted of a single, wobbly cart, a universe of color and hope against the bland concrete. Here, she sold handmade scarves, each one a testament to hours of patient needlework and delicate glass bangles that chimed with the slightest breeze. Since her husband's passing 2 years prior, this humble cart was the only thing that stood between her and destitution, the only way she could provide for her 8-year-old son, Samir. Every morning, she arranged her colorful wares with a hopeful heart, praying that the day's earnings would be enough for Samir's school fees and the rent for their tiny one-room apartment. She was a quiet, familiar presence, often ignored by the wealthy shoppers, but cherished by the security guards and other small vendors who knew her struggle. That Tuesday afternoon, a police cruiser pulled up aggressively to the curb, its tires screeching slightly. Officer Davis stepped out, his uniform crisp, his face set in a permanent scowl. He was a man known in the area for his short temper and his unwavering belief that people like Anna were a blight on the city's modern image. He saw her not as a person, but as a problem to be removed. "You again," Davis barked, his voice loud enough to make a few passers-by turn their heads. "How many times do I have to tell you? You can't set up your stall here." Anna's hands immediately came together in a nervous plea, her shoulders slumping. "Sir, please, just for today," she begged, her voice soft and trembling. "I have to pay my son's fees by tomorrow. It's a big payment. I will leave by evening, I promise." "Your son's fees are not my problem," Davis sneered, taking a step closer, invading her space. "Mall management has filed another complaint. There's a VIP visit from the mayor's office next week, and I want this entire area cleared. Now pack up this junk and get lost before I have to force you." Tears of desperation welled in Anna's eyes, blurring her vision. "Sir, where will I go? This is all I have. It's how I feed my child. Please, show some mercy." Perhaps Officer Davis was having a bad day, or perhaps he simply enjoyed the surge of power his uniform gave him. Anna's desperate plea didn't soften him, it only seemed to fuel his irritation. "Are you talking back to me?" he shouted. Before Anna could even process his anger, he moved with startling speed. He drew back his polished black boot and delivered a vicious kick to the leg of her cart. The world exploded in a sickening crash. The cart overturned, sending its contents flying. The colorful glass bangles shattered on the pavement, their broken pieces glittering in the harsh afternoon sun like Anna's shattered hopes. The soft, hand-embroidered scarves, her most valuable items, tumbled into the street grime, immediately stained and ruined. Anna stared in shock at the ruin of her livelihood. She let out a small, wounded cry and instinctively reached out as if to stop him, to save what was left. In response, he shoved her, hard. It wasn't just a push, it was an act of contempt. She lost her balance and fell heavily onto the harsh pavement, the impact scraping her hands and knee. Satisfied with his work, Davis stood over her for a moment, a triumphant look on his face. He then turned to get back into his cruiser, leaving her amidst the wreckage of her life. What Officer Davis didn't see, in his fit of rage, was Ali. A university student waiting for a bus across the street, Ali had seen the whole thing unfold. The moment Davis started yelling, a sense of dread had prompted Ali to pull out his smartphone. He had recorded everything: the officer's threats, the violent kick that destroyed the cart, Anna's desperate cry, and the cruel shove that sent the defenseless woman to the ground. Ali's hands were shaking with rage, but his mind was clear. He rushed home, his heart pounding with a sense of injustice. He immediately uploaded the 1-minute video to social media. He wrote a simple, powerful caption: "Does a poor woman not have the right to earn a living? This happened today outside the Century Mall. This is an officer of our city's police force. Please share." The effect was instantaneous. The video, raw and undeniable, spread like wildfire. Within a few hours, it had thousands of views and was flooded with furious comments. Local news blogs picked it up. By the next morning, it was the top story on the city's major news channel. The shaky, heart-wrenching footage played on a loop, a stark exhibition of cruelty and abuse of power. The police department was inundated with calls. The public outcry was deafening. An internal investigation was launched immediately. Officer Davis was suspended, his official report claiming that Anna was aggressive and non-compliant, utterly contradicted by the crystal-clear video evidence that the entire city had now seen. In the end, the court of public opinion and the indisputable video left the department with no choice. Faced with a scandal that brought shame upon the entire force, Officer Davis was fired for gross misconduct and excessive use of force. The story, however, didn't end with his termination. Moved by Anna's plight, Ali started an online fundraising campaign for her. The story of the hardworking mother and the abusive cop resonated with thousands. Donations poured in, far exceeding anyone's expectations. With the community's support, Anna not only recovered her losses but had enough to rent a small, legitimate kiosk inside a local market. She no longer had to fear the weather, the uncertainty of the streets, or the arbitrary anger of men like Davis. Her new beginning was built from the wreckage of one man's cruelty and the kindness of countless strangers, all brought to light by a single video on a student's phone.